Hello, wherever you are, and welcome to today's radio production class. I do hope you are doing perfectly fine. And today we are going to discuss about radio participants. As you know very well that radio cannot be manned by one individual. You have different personnel that always last together. They work together to ensure that you actualize the purpose of program or the purpose of programming within a radio station. And we are saying that you have so many participants or personnel that always work in radio to ensure that everything is running harmoniously. We discussed about different departments that are always operating in the radio station. We talked about production department, the traffic department, the news department, and all other departments that always work together within a radio station to ensure that everything is flowing as per the program that we had already scheduled in advance. But today we are going to measure about radio participants in terms of those who normally ensure that, or if you are coming up with a program, how do you ensure that indeed your program is going to be successful? And you're going to find that different media houses or different radio stations, they have different way of nominating their program, or the participants that always last together to ensure that they are coming up with an effective program that can be able to achieve the specific objective of that particular program. So, majorly, we are going to discuss about interview programs, or who are the participants that you need if you are coming up with an interview program. Of course, interview, you have to conduct prior research about the subject matter. You need to identify the source of information, or the subject, the interviewee whom you are going to interview during the interview session within a radio station. Still, if you are coming up with an interview program, you must always have ample, adequate information about the current news concerning the subject matter. You also need to identify the specific place you are going to conduct an interview. You need to keep in mind for how long are you going to conduct an interview. And let's say, for example, your target audience that you are targeting to communicate or else to be able to reach in your interviews. So you need to identify your target audience, your interviewee, the area of the interview, the duration of the interview, and if possible, if you are going to incur any expenses, you need to be able to calculate how much are you going to spend to ensure that you succeed in your interview programs. So there are some preparation you must always consider when you are coming up with interviews. So interview preparations, we have what is preparation before the actual interview, and you're talking about you need to come up with the specific subject matter. You identify your interviewee, the area of the interview, the location of the interview, how long the interview is going to take, and you also need to keep in mind though you are going to groom yourself to ensure that indeed your interview is going to be successful. Still, you can come up with a questionnaire that you are going to use in order to be able to guide you when you are conducting your interview. They need to come up with the width. How long is your interview going to take? Need to avoid coming up with multiple questions. You are advised to have one question at a time. If you are interviewing someone or asking someone a question, and maybe you are expecting a response, ensure that you ask one question at a time to avoid confusing your interviewee. But now if you are having more than two questions, or is asking more than two questions or multiple questions at the same time, your interview is likely to be confused, and out of that, you may end up missing relevant information. Still, we are saying that if you are conducting interview, avoid what is called leading questions. Leading questions are the type of questions that whereby you are limiting the freedom of the interview to give his side of the story. Whereas you are coming up with a question and you are guiding the interviewee to be able to respond to your question in a specific manner or a specific direction. So always avoid coming up with the leading question that limit the freedom of the interview to be able to express or else to give his own side of the story. Still, you must always be very keen about nonverbal keys. Nonverbal keys are a way of communication whereby you are not directly asking the interview questions, but now you are asking questions in terms of gestures, facial expression, or by use of body language. So the body language must always be in coordination with the type of question you are asking your interview so that you can be able to respond effectively. So you are saying that if you are coming up with any form of interview for radio communicates in form of audio. We don't have video, we don't have visuals if you are communicating by use of radio. So you need to come up with the best way of ensuring that you are able to reach your targeted audiences, or you are able to reach your targeted audiences and be able to communicate effective information that probably you intend or else you need to communicate to them. And they are saying you must always keep this information in mind. Identify the area of your interview, identify the source of the information, identify how long your interview is going to take, come up with the questions but avoid multiple questioning. We are saying that avoid leading questions, and last but not least we are discussing about the use of nonverbal keys to ensure that probably you are able to coordinate between the written words and what you are communicating with your body language. But now a time comes whereby probably the interview is not responding or is not ready to answer your question, whereby you are asking a question and the interview is escaping or is trying to evade the question you probably need him to elaborate about, or else you want him to shed in more light. Now what are you going to do as an interviewer? You want to give up. You can still ask the same question in a different way or is based off different words. Still, you can remind the interviewee that it is a responsibility to give you a specific information if indeed what you are talking about is a matter of public interest. Still, you can change the venue of the interview. Maybe let's say you are conducting an interview indoor. You can set a different date and you can conduct an outdoor interview. But still, let's say the interview is still reluctant to say or else to give the information. You can use different language or else different tone in order to be able to convince them to be able to give you information concerning the subject matter. So radio interviews can be about news stories, can be about feature articles, can be about documentaries, can be about drama or else radio magazine. Either way, you are supposed to identify the most qualified or else the most competent person that is going to give you adequate information that is going to be reliable to your targeted audiences. But now if you are just coming up with anybody, someone who is not an expert in a specific area of specialization, you're going to find that this guy or this person is likely to give you a misleading information, and out of that, the interview won't be effective to your targeted audiences. So identify someone who is qualified, someone who has adequate skills and experience about the subject matter, and ensure that this person is someone who is able to give your audiences a reliable information. Then if you have identified your targeted audience, if you are interviewing that is qualified, you need to inform him about the objective of the interview, the purpose of the interview, and why you are conducting an interview, and what is the main message you want to communicate to your targeted audiences. I do hope you are able to understand, whereby if you are coming up with the interview that you want maybe to communicate to your targeted audiences, what you are supposed to put into consideration pre, during, and even after. And they are saying pre means before the actual interview, during what you are going to do during the actual interview, and after means what you are going to do after the actual interview has come into conclusion. And in normal cases, you are supposed to appreciate the interviewee for sacrificing his time so that he can be able to come and communicate or talk to you. So I hope you are able to apply these skills in the real life situation so that you can be able to become an effective interviewer, not only for radio, but for also other mediums of communication. Let's meet next time at the same place. Thank you.